Hey everyone, it's Macara. I'm so glad that you're joining me on this journey as I share some of my stories and hopefully give you a little bit of something that might help you. Um, I hope that you had a chance to check out my last video where I kind of went into the beginning of the struggle to strength. And we're looking at the word struggle and the word strength, and they both begin with the letter S. And so we decided that that meant to start. You have to start somewhere in order to turn your struggles into strength. So now we're going to go over the word, or actually the letter T. The T stands for today. What a better time than now to decide that you're ready to make that transformation change or that transformation journey. Oftentimes we say, tomorrow I'm going to do it, tomorrow I'm going to make a change, tomorrow I'll get this done, and tomorrow I'll get that done. And what happens is tomorrow births another tomorrow and another tomorrow, and inevitably we sit in this procrastination rut where we never get anything accomplished. We continue to feel down, we continue to feel woe is me, and don't accomplish the things that we need to accomplish to better ourselves, to help us have a better spirit and a better life. So what I'm encouraging you to do is to choose today as your day so you can get started on this journey and continue to move forward. My today was a few years ago. I just got to this point where it was like, enough is enough. And I have to recognize that all of these things don't break me. They do make me, but they don't break me. So throughout the struggles in my life, I've learned to live with them, but more so in a negative way. I held on to all of these things as crutches. For example, I was actually a teenage mom. I got pregnant at 17. I graduated from high school after 3 years instead of 4 years, so at the end of my 11th grade year. And I was excited about going to college. I wanted to go to college, and I found a school that was going to accept me, except it was on the other side of the country. And so my mom wasn't too happy about that. So I had to figure out what I was going to do with myself, and got kind of caught up over the summer and ended up being 17 and pregnant. Well, that didn't sit too well with my mom, so I actually found myself on an airplane leaving from Washington. She sent me to California to my father, and the only thing about that was my father didn't really have a place to receive me. So I stayed with my aunt for a little bit. We stayed with one of his friends. We just kind of bounced around a little bit, or I bounced around too. And there was days we just, I remember seeing my dad pouring money out of his piggy bank, or this jug that he used to keep, trying to scratch up $2.99 so that he can get me a breakfast, and he would go without eating. So there was times that, the struggle, like they say, the struggle is real. The struggle was really real to be a pregnant teenager, away from what I knew as home, from my mother and my sisters. I was with my father, and we're bouncing around trying to figure out how to make it work. Well, I lived in that struggle. I gave birth to a beautiful baby boy, and worked tirelessly in school and just trying to figure out my way. But I still held on to that, and I wallowed in the fact that I was a teenage parent, and I just let that become a negative piece of my story. When I made the decision that today is my day to stop wallowing in that, I had to celebrate the fact that I was a teenage parent, but I overcame that. I learned that not having much, or not having a place to stay, being homeless, experiencing homelessness, actually made me a stronger person. I had to recognize that, though. I had to pull that out and say, now I know how to save. I know that if my dad didn't have the jar of change, he wouldn't have been able to make sure that I ate, even if he wasn't able to eat. I know how to make sure I have something put away. So we have to figure out how to turn our life experiences into positive experiences that we can share as they shape us and mold us into better people, and not hang on to them as a negative or something that kind of hangs over your head and keeps you from moving forward. So what I experienced and went through life as feeling like this cloud was over my head because I was pregnant young. I went against everything that was taught to me growing up about teenage pregnancy and sex before marriage and all of those things that were just, doom and gloom. I had to recognize that I couldn't continue to beat myself up over those things. I had to make that change. And I want to encourage you to step out. If you have a struggle similar to that, if you had some things that you went astray and you're just holding on and you're guilting yourself and continuing to keep that on your head and in your mind so that you can't move forward, I encourage you to find the positive piece in it, to find how did that shape you or how can that shape you to be a better person. You have to change your story as you tell the story to turn it into what made you better and not what knocked you down. So I want to say to you today, start today. This journey from struggle to strength starts with you, and it can start today. I hope you'll tune in with us again and get ready for the next letter, which is R. That's going to be a little fun. So I hope that you have a great day, and we will talk again.